What's up, guys? Adam Patterson out here, of course, for this channel about me. And I just wanted to talk to you about the importance of lifting and kind of how I found myself back into it. I'm in my home gym here, as I have shown you before, or as you may have seen in some past vlog videos. I don't work out with glasses on, by the way. It helps me get the zone. I'm pretty much blind. I can't really see very well. I can see better through everything in this camera reflecting back off me than I can actually looking straight. I got back into lifting pretty much after New Year's, a little bit straight before, because I didn't want to be one of those New Year's resolution people. So I started lifting a little bit beforehand, but not too serious. And what got me back into lifting was recording my workouts. Now, I've had this notebook here for many, many years. I don't know if you could see that all these pages are filled out, but I've had this notebook for a long, long time. And every time I fall off of lifting or I want to get serious into something, recording it is always the best way for me. And that's really what I want to speak about, is recording everything that you do. And I've spoken about this a little bit before. I've touched on it before. I just can't emphasize enough how important it is to record the things that you do that you want to get better at. There's a saying in business, what gets measured gets managed. And that is true in everything in life. And this is a perfect example because I'm doing it right now. So I wanted to speak about it a little bit. When I speak about my business, I measure everything that counts towards my business. I measure the things that are happening right now. I measure current revenue. I measure current profit. I measure current order volumes. I measure our profit margin. I measure how many carriers I use in terms of moving the freight around. I measure how often I use carriers. There are a lot of little things that go into everything, and what gets measured gets managed. So I want to do better at all these things. I want to work with more carriers that do a good job. So I measure how often I utilize a carrier throughout the freight that I move. I worry about revenue. So I measure revenue every month. I measure it every day. I measure it every week. I want to make sure that revenue is increasing. I want to make sure that my profit margin is increasing. I want to make sure that my profit margin percentage is not decreasing. I don't want to move more freight for more revenue and make less money at the end of the day when I spent more time to do it all. You understand what I'm saying? This is why you need to measure things. It is important to measure. And what gets measured gets managed. So I measure and I track my workouts so that I can push myself in the next workout. For an example, yesterday I did a chest day. And in the last chest day, for example, let's just talk about flat bench. When I flat bench, barbell flat bench, I do it specifically for strength training. I don't do it for anything else. I do incline bench to build the entirety of the chest. I just want to touch a lot of weight. I want to move a lot of weight sometimes. So I do barbell benching for strength training. Last week, I worked up to 185. It's not a ton of weight. It's a little bit more than I weigh. It's probably 15 pounds more than I weigh, actually. And I did working sets of 185. This week, I worked up to 195, and I did working sets of 195. Now, I wouldn't have done that had I not tracked. I would have probably just took a guess and been like, oh, I remember doing 185. I'll do 185 again. And this time, I did 195 because I'm measuring everything. I'm pushing myself, and I want it to be managed. I want to aim towards progression, and the only way to do that is to know what I've done before, to know what I can do next. So what gets measured gets managed, and you should track everything that you do. In terms of business, I track everything. Like I said, revenue, profit, load volume, margin, profit margin percentage, carrier utilization. I measure those things. I also measure my leading indicators, I think they're lagging indicators technically, but their leading indicators is what I actually think they're called in sales, which is cold call volumes, quoting opportunities, good conversations, meetings set. And what gets measured gets managed. I have goals that I want to hit. I want to hit 7 million in revenue by the end of this year, which means that I have a lot of work to do. And the only way to get there is to measure my progress and measure what I'm doing to manage where I'm going in the future. And once I start to see everything pacing in the right direction, I am going to start scaling. I'm going to start adding people, and I'm going to start scaling my processes. I'm going to give them to others to now utilize to help push me towards that goal, because I don't need to do it all by myself. I just want to get to 7. I don't need to do it all by myself. I don't need to take all the profits, and I definitely can't do the full workload. I probably could, but if I scale and hire outside help, I'll get to 7 faster, which may actually push me to 10. Who knows? But if the process works and everything that I'm doing is leading in the right direction, There's no reason why I should not measure it so that I can track it, so that I can then utilize it to scale. And you should do that for everything in life that you want to get better at and you wish to continue on doing. I hope that you can hear me over this music. I didn't realize how loud this song was going to be. I hope this was enjoyable, guys. I hope it was educational. I hope it was good information for you. As always, leave a like, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel to know more, see more videos, and have more tips, see more vlogs, everything. I might start posting lifting videos as well for you guys. I really love lifting. I want to talk about it more. I want to do it more on the channel. Let me know if you guys are interested in that. If not, too bad. You might just have to deal with it. Or don't click on those videos. Who knows? I might have to start a second channel off that. I don't know. Take care.